This is it, the end of 2021. Let's take a recap of the year, as well as the hopes and feelings for 2022. Hi everyone, welcome back. MTG Moxman here as we end off the year of 2021. This is probably New Year's Eve at some point. No redos, no redones on this one. Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out. Not going to traction cut it, super sync it into something else and try to make it look all flashy nice like a televangelist commercial on a Sunday. It's not going to happen for you. I don't have any pizza in the background, but I do have my coffee as I get ready to spend time with the family tonight. I thought it'd be interesting just to recap things with you, how I thought the year went. First off, the products were good. I was overall very happy with almost every single product Wizards put out. But that said, all these amazing products, they missed the boat on so many things they could have done to enhance a product that you're just, Okay, let's start off like Time Spiral Remastered. We all know I hated this. I hated Time Spiral Remastered because it's just a redone set with a few flashy cards added, and they really pumped up the value. If they put that out as a standard, like $139 box, I wouldn't have had a problem. It was the price point that bothered me. It really did get to me. But if they had taken that set and say added in 20 new cards, brand new Magic cards, with some kind of special little thing, it would have been cool. I would have been a lot more happy. Call time, I had no problem other than the time of year it came out. It was guaranteed to get killed. Wizards has got to come to that idea that when you put a set out, you got to put it out the right time of year. You got to make sure you have enough player base built up, ready to accept a new product. The cards are great. I have no problem with Pathways. I like Vorinclex. I like the idea of the gods. I don't like that they're that killable, but I like the idea of the gods and the whole Norse mythology thing. It was cool. Could have used a few more dwarves, a few more elves. Could have branched it off a little bit more. And they could have done a better lore story arc to get more players involved in what's going on in that world of Kaldheim. You want people to remember the world as well, Wizards. You're kind of missing that boat. So when they have these kind of products come out, and when they went to D&D, like I talked about before, D&D was a great set. It was underpowered compared to other sets. I liked the mana base. I didn't mind, all the little kind of land things like, Goblin Den, Hall of the Storm Giants and the Ice Dragon. I like those kind of things. That was kind of cool. And they didn't come into play tapped if you only had one or two in play. I like that idea. Way to go, Wizards. Kudos. No problem with that. But you really downplayed a lot of the Magic cards you had options of getting into with D&D. You made a lot of the characters miss their mark. Like Loth as a Planeswalker, cool, but you made her pretty weak, honestly. Tarsarak, you didn't make it have trample. And Tarsaraks are basically unkillable, so it should have been able to come back to play somehow. There's things in some of the flavor they just missed out. They missed the mark on. But the set itself and the flavor of the background of the set, I liked. I liked the idea of it. Venture into dungeon, they should have done like 10 dungeons. They should have given us a bigger supply. But who knows what 2022 will bring. Let's recap the end of this. So now I look at sets like Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt. I thought they were both fantastic sets. Good cards, good play. I'm enjoying it on Arena, but I didn't buy a lot of it. I felt really drained. Because you know what drained my wallet? Modern Horizons 2. What an amazing set. Can I say enough good things about it? It was a great set to play with. It's fun cards to open. Wizards, you knocked it out of the ballpark other than the price point. For a lot of people, you knocked that one out of the park. Okay? I loved it. Great cards. But then when I saw Modern Horizons 2, it made me think of Commander Legends. I would like to see more Commander Legends. I'd like to see that. So I can't wait to see what they do with Baldur's Gate this year with Legends. But I'm just saying, it made me think of that. And it was a good set. And when I look at the overall merchandising and the things they put out this year, not bad. It really isn't. I didn't buy everything. I especially didn't buy in quantity. Strixhaven was a great set for me. I did buy a case of it. I'm storing a case for later. I like it. It caught my eye. And some of the cards are very unique and a lot of fun. Cards like Multiple Choice and all these new ones they put out, they're a lot of fun when put into the right deck and the right build. So way to go, Wizards. I don't think anyone can argue that the cards themselves are pretty good, but they did that whole thing we talked about, the era of Flash. It's just all shiny. Nothing has value. And that's going to drive things down for a lot of people. But the funny thing is, as it drives things down, that's where opportunity can come out. So if things don't get reprinted, if people just don't care about the set and they pass it by, in 5 years when people go back, they go, oh, that was a horrible time. I was, COVID around the world was everywhere, and I didn't buy any of that set. And then they might want to go back and buy a set, but now the box is $300. Remember, some of the most hated sets bred opportunity later on. So never overskip that. Pay attention to that if it's something you're thinking about. If you can afford to get some, get some. I got myself just a couple of boxes and that's all I'm holding on to. I didn't buy a case of it. I didn't get that tapped into it, but it's something to think about because that does happen a lot. It's very hard just to pass up on products. And when I think of the collector boxes seem kind of okay. I noticed a lot of the recent ones don't seem to have as many mythics and don't seem as powerful or as cool as ones I've seen in the past. Like even when you opened Call Time, you had the possible Voron clicks with the Phyrexian writing. That's pretty cool. Wizards, that's a thumbs up. In D&D, I liked seeing some of the cool iconic cards, but they missed the mark on not putting enough of the heroes we like to see inside those sets. No Elminster? Really? Kelvin Blackstaff? Few there guys we've talked about? Not there? But I understand keeping their powder dry in case they do another set later on, which is doubtful compared to how badly it got slaughtered, right? But remember, it breeds opportunity. So I end off saying Wizards put together a good product this year. Commander decks were great. I like the smaller Commander deck boxes. I'm cool with that. I like how the year went. There are things I would change. There are things I would improve upon, like we've talked. Cool. But overall, pretty happy. And now we're getting ready to step into 2022, which will start with what? Double feature. And I got a couple of boxes coming for the channel. I will put something out to my patrons to let you guys know if you want to get on a box break and pay for a certain amount of packs. And I'll see how many people are interested, but that'll be fine. We're going to have a good time with that. And then, of course, we'll be jumping in, right? We have Kamigawa coming. And to Mark, my patron out there, I'm sorry, Mark. I can't believe that happened. I apologize. And I'll take care of you with Kamigawa. Don't you worry. Somebody got a wrong delivery there on my Patreon. I have no idea how it happened because the address was right. I just checked it. But wrong person got it. So I'll take care of that, Mark. Don't worry. I'll take care of everything. And we have Kamigawa coming, which at first I was very negative on. But now that I'm seeing the set, I'm kind of leaning back going, it's not going to be bad. It looks okay. But it's not the sets I'm excited for. Right? I know a lot of people are all hyped up for the triple, double, quadruple masters with a backflip twist into the swimming pool for a perfect score of 10. And people are thinking, oh my God, Imperial Seal could come back. And maybe it will. Maybe it will. But you're going to be paying for it. That box is going to be over $600. I almost guarantee it. Canadian, sorry. $600 Canadian. Now that we've accepted a higher price point, Wizards is going to go for that. I haven't seen the price hikes yet here in Canada, but I am expecting them at some point soon. So far, it hasn't happened anywhere I've been looking. And I look at the sets for Brothers War. Pretty excited. Dominaria United. Go Team Thrall. Love to see if the Thralls come back and take over Dominaria. Be a cool storyline arc. If Wizards can get their act together. These are things I'm excited about. I'm actually pretty pumped up for the year. I'm still suffering wallet fatigue like a lot of you out there. I've been buying a lot more reserve list cards for the channel. Because I just feel they have more value. And I'm bullish on the reserve list. I think a lot of the cards are going to go up in value. That's my personal opinion. Don't let that deflect you from whatever you want to do. I keep sealed product. I'm still going to buy sealed product and collect it for investment purposes. I may sell off a few boxes of some of my older stuff this year to start generating some income to put back into the channel. And the new products coming out, I'm probably going to buy at least a case of each of those. I can't help myself. They're so cool. But I'll keep buying reserve list. There's cards on my list that I want to get. I'm still going to buy all the cards on my buyout list that we talked about. Anyone who missed all that, you can go look up my videos on buyouts. And I have 5 cards. I'm going to keep buying them until they reach the price points I said they'd reach. And a few of them I think really will happen. Like I can't see City of Shadows not getting there. It's just such a small print run. So these things go into my head every day. I'm sure you guys do the same. Anyone who loves the game, we enjoy playing it. But there's just as much fascination for me to look at what Wizards has done, what they're going to do. We have serialized cards coming. So I start thinking, how's that going to react to the game? Then I have to start looking at the secondary market for different card games that have serialized cards. I have to start researching it to see how they go. And you're like, it's a little different because some of those cards, like hockey cards, you don't play with them. They're purely for display purposes. But anyone who gets a serialized card, I kind of figure is just going to store it, right? They're just going to hold on to it. It's a lot of interesting, fascinating avenues Wizards can take. And I really hope they make less mistakes than they made this year to really amp up those products. I hope when they do Baldur's Gate D&D this year, which I still say was supposed to be the next phase of D&D, but they knew they messed up after so many people downplayed the set as a core set, that they're going to have to ramp it up a bit. And there's not, by the way, for core sets, there's nothing saying a core set has to be weak. Because core set 2021 was an amazing set. And if you don't have any, you should be having a few boxes of that put away. It was a good set. Right? Some of the cards in there, I'm having Ugin back in. Come on. There were some good cards. Teferi, Master of Time. Unique only to that one so far. There is some good cards in there to keep an eye out for. So, I'm looking forward to it. I think we're in for an interesting year. And although the wall of fatigue is still there, we're into a new year. Hopefully some bills get cleared up. And I'll be able to purchase a few more things. Got to get my Gaia's Cradle this year. That's going to be my goal. Get the Gaia's Cradle. I'm waiting for a camera lens for the new camera I bought for the channel, so we can do everything in 4K high res, and my box openings will be that much better. I'm all psyched up and stoked. And the growth of the channel, I'm very happy, guys. You know, we're getting closer to 7,500 subscribers. We'll have our pizza party. I'll have a big extra large meat lover pizza here for myself. We all sit and just talk the night away. And then, of course, 10,000 subscribers. Well, when we get to 9,000, I will start going over the rules for 10,000. Because there's certain things that are going to be happening at the 10,000 subscriber mark that we're going to have to go over ahead of time for those who are on my Patreon and for those who are regular viewers. We're going to have to go over some of that stuff, and I will bring it up probably into this year. The closer we get, you'll see me start talking more and more about it. So the closer we get to 10,000, the more I'll go over the rules and start setting things up for the big party that we'll have, okay? It may take more than one video to do that kind of stuff. So we're what, 11 minutes into the video? Most people have probably hung up the boots at this point and given up on me and said, what's this guy yakking about? It's everything. Just thoughts coming into the head about what I thought the year was like. When I look at the other investment channels and the things they've done, when I look at the local stores, the deals, and lack of deals in some cases, the stores have gone through, it tells me they really can't afford to take big pay hits right now on some of their products, or maybe they overpaid for those products. It's going to be fascinating. But for reserve list this year, I don't know if there'll be buyouts. This year, I don't know if buyouts will ever be the same as what they've been in the past. Because I don't think buyouts have really ended this year. Now that I'm doing the top 10 reserve list cards, I'm checking the reserve list daily, I do my updates, it seems like there's continual sales happening all over the lower end reserve list cards daily. And a few of the mid-range cards, you know, a couple sales a week, and the really high-end stuff, it almost always ends up on Facebook and stuff now. Private sales groups to avoid all the fees. So I don't know if we're ever going to see buyouts on the reserve list the way we've seen them in the past, but I can track it far enough to say, if you have 20, 30 sales of something in a week, that's close to a mini buyout right there, depending on the card and the series it comes from. It may not affect a Fallen Empire card that much, but if you hit up an Antiquities card and you take 30 cards off the reserve list from a few platforms, they don't just get replenished. So buyouts are going to change the way we've seen them, but I still expect them to be this way. So we're going to have sales all the time in smaller amounts that's just never going to end. And the people who can hold out the longest, I've told you guys this, hold the line. If you can hold those cards and not give them up, and have enough people take an interest in this, it basically forces its own little group of people who will hoard the cards. That's what the older players did, who got into the cards early with the power cards and held on and already had mid-range paying jobs and could afford to buy a Black Lotus for $2,000 and not sell it. Then they bought another Black Lotus for $4,000. They didn't sell it. That's all it is. We're just doing it with low-end reserve list cards, is what I see people doing nowadays. They go, oh, I got 20 copies of this. I bought 100 copies of this. But the reserve list, it's a finite amount. That river, that lake is going to go dry at some point. Crazy stuff. Wizards breaking the reserve list, yeah, they kind of always do that. I'm not too surprised. I can't wait to see what they do in the future. See if they really try skirting that cookie. Remember the cookie? The cookie analogy? Skirt that cookie and get closer to it. You know? I myself look forward to a year of hanging out with you guys on the channel, having a blast, enjoying ourselves, and remembering all the amazing times you get to have with Magic, even in these difficult days we're in. And a lot of people have suffered, and I hope things improve for everyone, including myself. That, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's a great card game, and it is a card game. Remember, cards can go to zero. It is a good card game, and we get to have a blast doing it. Somebody asked me if I'm going to buy more Mox Ambers. Mox Amber is definitely a reprint target at this point, hanging around that $35 to $40 range. Definitely puts it on track to be reprinted. I don't intend on selling my thousands of copies. I'm probably going to hold them because I want to get more OG originals. I would love to keep, if they crash the price, I would love to keep buying more. If it drops down to 10, 15 bucks again, I'm going to buy more. Okay? I'm going to go for the OG original ones because it's before the big flash, before all the flash in the pan of the full arts and full art extendeds. Doesn't mean I wouldn't buy the new one, but I would definitely keep buying the older ones and the old foils, which are even harder to get. It's like one for, what is it, 1 in 12 boxes has a chance to get it, the way we worked out in the math, I think. So they're pretty rare to get. And that's why they're like 80, 90, 100 bucks right now. So interesting times, my friends, interesting times. But yeah, there's a few reserve list cards I can't wait to get. I got a mail day opening video probably coming in the next week or so when the mail clears and some of my stuff comes in. I can't wait to show everyone. It's going to be an exciting time. So that's enough of me rambling today and just jabbering on. I hope everyone has a good time out there, enjoys themselves, stay safe. I look forward to seeing you. They'll have, I guess later today you're going to see the videos for Saturday, Sunday are my 2 reserve list update video on the top 10 hottest cards and then the top 10 hottest selling cards of the week. The regular cards I just look up, which is going to be interesting. And then we'll start off the week on Monday with a fresh new video into 2022. Can't wait to see you guys there. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in each and every day for my regular viewers. And for those people who take the time to give it a thumbs up and, of course, mention the channel around, put the comments in the comments section. I really appreciate you guys, each and every one. Thanks a lot. Have a great new year. And I will see you guys in a matter of hours, I guess, technically. Although those other 2 videos, they were finished recording this morning, so whatever stats are on them now is the closest I could get it. So, cheers, everyone. We'll see you soon. Stay safe out there. And I'm still yammering. I don't know why. I just figure it's a good time to do it. It's the end of the year. And, of course, a big shout and special thank you to each and every one of my wonderful patrons on this channel who've supported me. Some of you have been here a long time. Some have been here only for a short time. But I appreciate each and everyone's support each and every month. Stay tuned. January is going to start blasting off. Can't wait. You made it. The end of a year. Making it to the end of my videos at the end of a year. No, there's no 10K card going in today. That's not what this little bit is about. But I wanted to share it with you. Because you guys have made it to the end of enough of my videos. You know that there's something here. I put stuff here. It's not always me sinking out of the floor. Or going sideways dodging. No. Facts. So, more like a hint. So what's going to happen is I took the last little bit of money that I had left over from the year, that I didn't buy anything on Boxing Day, I didn't buy anything on Cyber Monday and stuff, right? There was just no good deals that really caught my eye. And it's not that I couldn't have got you guys some set boxes for prizes and given those away like a $100 prize. No, I get it. I could have done that. I could have gotten a little bit. But instead, what I've done, I'm going to break this into 12 months. Picture 12 months. There'll be a video following up for those who don't know. So anyone who misses this, don't worry. There'll be another video anyway. But there's 12 months. And in that 12 months, there's one prize every month, right? For the patrons. So what I'm going to do, though, is it's all going to be reserve list cards. Every prize is reserve list. Different things. That's why I took all my money and spent it on. My credit card money, my end of year cash I had, my little bonus thing. I put it all into reserve list for you guys out there. That's what I'm doing. Because I thought, why get a set booster box? It might be okay. But I'll have little privately wrapped, like September, October, November, December, all the way through to August, right? And they will all be pre-packaged kind of booster pack type things. But inside is only reserve list cards. That's all it's going to be. Every card's reserve list. And there's a variety. So, hope you guys enjoy it this year because you're my patrons. You guys are awesome. You're the ones who watch things to the end. I wanted to have some fun this year as we get closer. And you wait till 10K. I swear to God, you guys wait till 10K. That's going to be fun. But we're not there yet. Pay attention to that box. That's all I can tell you guys. All right, so I've yammered enough. I thought you guys would like to know that as the end of the year, where nobody's probably going to watch this video anyway. It'll get like 500 views because it'll be late at night. Or I guess late afternoon, whenever this thing comes out. So cheers. I hope you guys enjoy it. And all the best for a new year. I can't wait. We're going to have so much fun. See, now I'm just going to open the door. See? Drop off the green screen. Kick things to the side and say, ah! That's how we're going to do. It's just strung up on my door. This room's too tiny to do things properly. But that's the green screen I use. I just roll it up every time. So there you go. Have a great one, guys.